Nicole.
Mm.
She was sick at 11. It started with a pain in the thigh, and then before we realized, we had to travel to India for treatment. We got back, she got better, and she started a charity to support children, actually, children who were going through treatment because of her experience at Kolebu. So she started it, and then we launched it to support children who are battling cancer, their families. Unfortunately, we lost her at 14. So when we lost her initially, we thought of stopping the charity because we
Yeah.
thought who would take care of the whole situation. But at her funeral, it happened that funds were raised because her foundation was mentioned. What she was doing was mentioned, and then we thought that if funds were raised, then what were we going to do with the funds if it's supposed to support kids battling cancer? So that's how I had to sit in for her. So I'll say
Now
I'm
you have
sitting in
become the
for
lead
Nicole.
advocate
Yes,
of
please.
Weswamo. Is that
Weswamo, that's Nicole's
Weswamo?
middle name.
Okay, Weswamo Child Cancer Foundation, and
Yes,
she is also um mother to Nicole, who started this noble foundation. What at what age did she start it?
she was 12 because yes, she was 11 when the cancer journey started. Yes, so she started 12, 13. Yes. So
I honestly wish that yeah, but that's just a wish. Nicole was here, so I go into her head and find out. At that time, she was just a child,
she
11
was just
years,
a
and she
child.
was diagnosed with this. It
Yes.
was broken to her. She knew, right?
Yes, she
She was
knew.
told.
She was told, and at a point, it seemed that we as parents were more um how do you
Worried than
we
she
were
was.
more worried, and then it's like she at a point she knew she would be okay, but then we were so worried, and for me personally it was terrifying
It
because most
would be
of the time
terrifying.
I see what she goes through, and I feel that maybe she will not be able to make it the next day, and it was really scary.
Please draw your microphone closer. Great.
Okay.
So what I really wanted to find out is she, even though she was in pain, she hatched the idea of setting up a foundation to be able to help others. How did she discuss that with you?
So when we were in India, when you are doing chemotherapy, they give you space for about 2 weeks and sometimes 3 weeks, depending on your recovery, because the chemotherapy normally shuts you down completely. So for her, after the first chemo, which was very bad when it comes to how she reacted, when she got better, she went for the second chemotherapy. Within the 2 weeks that she was given to breathe, she felt better. So then, the doctors there, where we were having the treatment, they said, oh, they wanted her to just encourage the others that were going through, and some wanted to just go because that place was a cancer center. So there were lots of people who had come from far and near for treatment, and mostly the adults were having serious challenges. So the doctors will say that, oh, even
Wow.
Nicole is going through and she's okay. So that was what made her visit some of the people who were going through treatment, and some will move and come and just say hello to her, just so they get encouraged or inspired to go through the
Wow.
treatment.
Wow.
So when that happened for some time, she said, oh, mommy, I think that this is something that people will need, because if they come, they don't even need to talk to her a lot. They are like, how are you doing? I'm fine. Oh, don't you feel pain? Yes, I feel pain, but I'm going through it. And when you see her smile, you get inspired to go on. So she said, mommy, can't I continue doing this? And the first time she mentioned it was when we were going through the test here. When we were going through the test, there were some of the parents that couldn't pay for the
Hmm.
initial test.
Yeah.
Some, it was like 50 cities.
And
or
even that was
even less.
difficult.
There was one recently, they were to pay consultation of 15 cities. So she was like, oh, mommy, 50 cities you can pay for her. So I said, no, we can't be paying because we also need to pay for ourselves. And she said she wanted to forgo her drinks ahead, like calipo ahead, so I could pay for somebody.
Oh, Jesus.
So when that also happened, when we went to India, when she came, she was like, mommy, this is the time I want to support. So how do we help the others? I think you and daddy should help me with the money aspect and all that. So I told her we cannot do it alone. So that was how we were able to, we were given the opportunity on Gifty Aunties program to launch it after doing the official registering it as Wesamo Child Cancer Foundation. And then after going through opening a bank account and all that, she Ohiniri Gifty Auntie, she gave us the opportunity to launch it on her program. So that was how she started it. And she was there to launch it herself.
See why I said from the beginning that mothers are just phenomenal. This is a child's dream. She is gone, but mommy and the family are holding